And it's muted. Alright, here we go for the last game here at the Pilot Palace. The U18 Rockets will play as Roman Dick will go over. And Falbo will pick it up board side. He turns the puck over and follow up with it. That shot's wide of the net. Schumann will send it in. Pope with a shot, and that one goes up and out of play for our first whistle of the game. Here we go, face off in the Rockets end. Rockets win it back. Here's Hayward with it. He loses it. Bull will pick it up. Puck finds its way out of the zone. He loses it. Tan pokes it away. Gellins lost the puck. Snow will send it back to the point. Hayward with a shot in front. Shot there by Sheriff, and they score. Connor Sheriff with the goal. Puck came to him right in the slot, and that's a early 1-0 lead for the Rockets. And 19:05. That was when the goal came. So 55 seconds into the game, and the Rockets are already one goal up on Dawson Creek. It's Hayward will send it up. Zielinski loses the puck. Dawson Creek will regroup in the neutral zone. That one's sent back into the zone. Hayward behind the net will send it back up. Shot there by Schumann, and that one's covered up by Anderson for another whistle. That one's one back. Schumann will take a shot. That one trickles into the corner. Short ball will try and chip it out, and that one's kept back in. Desmarais will shoot around. Good pinch there by Schumann, and looks like the neck pops off, so we'll have another whistle. Patterson has it. We'll cycle it back down low to Pope. That one's stolen by Desmarais. Lilies will skate it up. It's checked there by Patterson. And Dawson Creek will skate it out. Pope with a shot. That one goes high and wide. That's picked up in the corner. Falbo will go over to Desmarais. Lilies can't get it out. Pope will try and send it back down. Pope gets it again. Pope poke it, and Russell will just send it back out of the zone. Here's Bull with it. Bull will try and skate it in. That one's stolen there by Snow. Here's Bull. Dodges check there from Burley. Hayward will try and send it out, and that one will be an offside on Dawson Creek. Here's a Bull who will chip it back in. Hayward has it behind the net. And on sent out in front. Rebounds there. And It is in the corner. Tan will finally send it back up to Sheriff. Sheriff will chip it back out, and it's sent back in by Dawson Creek. Anderson will leave it to the corner. Hayward will pick it up. Makes a nice move. Tries to send it up to Sheriff, but that hit his skate, and it's back into the zone. Broderick will try and poke it out. He races after the puck. Sorensen's there. And Broderick will finally pick it back up. Here's Lafleur. Lafleur will take a shot. Tipped. Rebounds there. And that's stopped by Norns. Lafleur will bounce off the boards and out. I'll go to Broderick. Broderick will just send it back into the zone. That hits the D-man. Here's Charlebois with a shot. And that one's turned aside. He has it in the corner. Here's Charlebois. He loses the puck. And that's skated back out. Here's Schumann with it. Schumann will take a shot. That one's turned aside by Anderson. Here's Gray. Will take a check. And I think the puck went out of play there. And won't be enough for icing. As puck pops right in front of the net, and that'll be a whistle. Here we go, time to take the draw. Dawson Creek has it behind the net. Pope has it. He turns it back over into their own end. Tan will pick it up. That one's sent on net, and that's a whistle. And Dawson Creek will try and break it out. Russell there with the pinch, and Hayward will send it back into the zone. Gellings tried to go over to his point man shot there, and they score! What a pass there from Josh Tan over to Connor Sheriff to pick up on his second of the game to make it 2-0. 4 minutes and 57 seconds into the game. And here's Burley with it. Emma Burley will send up to Broderick. He can hold that pass. And here's Taylor. Taylor will try and skate in. He turns the puck over. Tries to regain it against Charlebois. And he takes a spill. Desmarais with a nice hit there on Roman Dick. And here's Taylor with it. He'll take a shot and it's loose out in front. Finally, Parker Jackson will pick it up. Tries to go up to Charlebois. He can hold it. It's loose in the slot. Finally, it's brought back up by Jackson. Here goes Parker Jackson. He'll go up to Broderick. Broderick will take a shot now and is turned aside. We'll try and poke it back down low. And it'll be enough for icing. And here's LaFleur, who will backhand it to the net. No one can get there. Romantic tries to get it back out. And here's Lilies, who tries to shovel it back out front. Falbo will pick it up. He takes a shot, but that hits LaFleur. Pope tries to skate up, gets checked. And LaFleur gets hit there by Pope. Here's Snow with it. Whitland Snow will skate up. He'll take a shot. No, I don't think the goalie was ready for that one. Norins. Russell will pick it up. He'll take a shot. That one's tipped out in front by Sheriff. Romanik sends it over to the wing. And that one's chipped out. Tan gloves it down. And it finds its way back out of the zone. And now here's Snow. He'll take a shot. It's blocked. Tan regains possession. He takes a shot and don't think North could see it. Desmarais. Shots wide. And that's chipped out of the zone by Dawson Creek. Won't be icing. Desmarais behind the net. We'll go to Sheriff, who will leave it for Jackson. Here goes Parker Jackson with it. He'll skate up. Parker Jackson still has the puck. Tried to go over to Broderick, but lost it. And here's Charlebois with it now. Charlebois will chip it on net. Good forecheck there on Gellens. And here's Burley, who will try and keep it in. While McLean picks up and sends a breakout feed up. And Burley gets checked into the boards and she'll send it back in. And Burley with a huge hit there on McLean. Which will be interference, and she for sure got her payback after the hit right in front of the bench there. As that was a very hard hit. I felt that from up here too. McLean is on the ice after that one, so looks like he's okay from that. Let's see if Dawson Creek can regain one goal on this power play. Send one to the net, and that one's turned aside into the corner. Tan will pick it up. And had Sheriff going, but couldn't get in the pass. Shot there by Schumann, that's turned aside. Schumann will go back to his point. Here's Patterson with it. Patterson will take a shot in, and that hits a stick and goes up and out of play. 11-12 to go into the game. And 1:29 to go in the Burley interference penalty. That's one back there by Bull. Warren will send over to his D partner. McLean will pick it up. Here's McLean. He gets checked there by Broderick. Hayward will send it out. Just gloved there. And it'll be a hand pass on Dawson Creek. And here's Dawson Creek with it. Schumann will make a move. He'll send it over to his D partner. Schumann will pick it up. Goes Schumann. He'll go right through the middle. He'll go over to Patterson. Patterson down low to Schumann. Schumann back up to the slot. Shot there by Bull, and that's smothered up by Anderson. Desmarais will send it out of the zone, and it'll be on net. As Broderick will have a heavy forward check right now in Dawson Creek. I'll kill some valuable clock off their Burley penalty. As Maltez will go over to Sorensen. Sorensen has the puck. He'll take a shot that one's wide of the net. And here's Gellings over to Maltez. Maltez will make a move on the wing. He'll go up to Taylor. Taylor down low to Maltez. Maltez still has room. He'll send it over to Matheson. Shot there. That one's wide. Maltez will pick it up. He has it. He'll take a shot now, and it goes off Broderick's stick and out of play. Tad wins it back. And he gets checked there by Patterson. That one's sent out of the zone. Schumann will make a move on Snow. Schumann will skate it into the zone. Still has the puck. He'll take a shot. That's blocked by Burley. Here's Sheriff, who will try and send it up, but that's shot back on net there by Ingram. On to one back. And sent back up. Sorensen will take a shot. That one's blocked. Kappas has the puck. Will take a shot. That one's blocked away, and it finds its way into the net. Kappas took the shot there. And it trickled right over Anderson for the goal. And that's shot on net there by Maltez. It's turned aside by Anderson, and that one was sent back into the slot, but Anderson was ready for that. That one's won by Jackson. And here's Warwick with it. Lose the puck. Matheson lost it. Sent back in by Dawson Creek. Be offside. Bull has the puck. Lose it to Jackson. Jackson will skate up with it. Jackson will try and cut in, and it's behind the net. Snow will send it back down low. Charlebois will pick it up at the top of the circle and send it back in. Sorensen down low, being pressured by Jackson. Check there on Snow. Charlebois picks it up and net's moved, so it'll be a whistle with 7:45 to go in the first. And here's Hayward with it. Hayward will send it all the way down the ice, which will be an ice. And here's Sheriff who will poke it back up. He's got some speed. He'll try and send it on net. I don't know if that went in. And it's gloved there by Norrent. Here's Gray who will try and center it. Finds its way to the point. LaFleur will send it back down low to Gray. Gray can hold the feed. LaFleur will send it back down low. That one's picked back up. And here's some speed here by Gellings. Gellings will try and skate it around, but he's checked by Hayward. Scrum there in the corner. It's brought back up by Gray. Here he goes, Jaden Gray with it. Gray gets checked at the blue, but sends it in. Taylor loses it. It's sent out in front by Lilies. Broderick will pick it back up. Taylor will send it up. And Burley will pick it up at the blue. Goes to Broderick over to Jackson. Jackson will skate in. He'll take a shot, and that one's gloved there. Rebounds loose. And Charlebois will pick it up. We'll go over to Desmarais. Charlebois will send it over to the other corner. Jackson will send it there. Charlebois with a nice hit there down low. Sorensen has it. He'll go back around to himself and do another turn. Maltese will skate up. We'll send over to Bull. Bull dodges a check, tries to center it over to Maltese, but that pass doesn't go. And here's Snow with it. Waylon Snow tries to cut in and take a shot and lose the puck. Schumann will skate up again. We'll send over to Maltese. Maltese sends over to Schumann with a shot there, and that's turned aside by Anderson. Here's Tan with it. He loses it. Snow will skate it up. Here's Waylon Snow with it. Snow will try and take a shot. Rebounds there. Tan with a swat at it. It goes into the corner. And here's Hayward with it. Hayward will try and send it up. Gray will send it over to Sheriff. Sheriff will poke it down low to Tan. Tan tries to go in front of Gray and couldn't get a feed on that one. Tan doing some work down low. Lose the puck, and Hayward will pick it up in his own end. He'll go over to Sheriff, over to Gray. Gray eats a check, but gets checked there by Pope. Pope will skate up. He'll go over to Patterson. Here's foul ball with it. He'll send a shot towards the net, and that one's sent up and out of play. Scrum on the side there. Desmarais will pick it up. He'll send it back into the zone. Jackson will send it back in. That one stopped there by goalie Norrens behind the net. Dawson Creek will take some time. We'll chip it out of the zone. Broderick gets his pocket picked. Rockets won an offside call there. As it's down low, it's sent out in front, but Broderick picks it up, and that's moved again, which will be another whistle with 3:33 to go in the period. Here's Matheson. He'll go up. That shot's wide of the net. Desmarais will try and send it up. That shot's blocked, and here goes Tan and Sheriff. Sheriff will skate it in. Tan will go all the way around. It's loose, and that's stopped there by Norrens. Tan with a good rush there. Here's Maltez with it. He'll send it up to Bull. Bull with it. He'll skate it into the zone. Bull will try and go around, and he's checked there by Desmarais. Here's Sheriff in the corner. He loses the puck, and he'll go all the way around to Desmarais. Desmarais will try and chip it out, and puck goes out of play. Here's Jackson up to Charlebois. Charlebois will skate it in and will be offside. Well, 2-1 so far into this game, as both teams have had chances. And obviously Dawson Creek hasn't had the tournament that they have wanted, so they've wanted to end it on a good note, you could say. And here's Burley with it. We'll skate it around. That's kept back in by Sorensen. Hayward will pick it up. We'll try and chip it up, and it's kept in. Burley has it. Burley will look at her options. She'll just wrap it around. Patterson with a good check on Gray. Gray will send it back out. Lilies will skate it. Here's Jackson Lilies with it. Lilies will take a shot, and that one's turned aside there by Norrens. Here's Hayward. Hayward will send it up to Jackson. Jackson gets a stick on it. He checks Sorensen going into the boards. Hayward will poke it down low. Here goes Sorensen with it. Here's Sorensen. He'll take a shot, and that'll go up and out of play. Nearing the 1 minute mark in the period. Here's Slowinski. Lose the puck. Charlebois will pick it up. Charlebois will send up to Broderick. Won't be icing. Here Charlebois has it in his feet to lose the puck. Jackson will pick it up. That one's shot on net. Russell racing after the rebound. He gets checked into the corner, and I'll be sent back out with 52.9 to go in the period. Louis with a shot. That one's picked back up by Dawson Creek. Here's Bull. Bull will skate it. We'll send it over to Matheson. We'll send it back down low. Bull will pick it up. Bull has it. Go from there. Maltez, who turns it over to Desmarais. Russell sends it back, and there's a shot there. That one goes back. Matheson has it. He'll go back up to the point. There's Gellings with a shot, and that one goes back into the corner. 25 seconds to go in the period. Bull has the puck. He'll skate it in. Bull with the backhander. It's loose, and Anderson will cover it up. As the Rockets almost had some trouble there. Almost turned into a goal. Here's Sheriff, who will chip it out. Tan loses the puck. LaFleur will take a swat at it. Tan will pick it up. Turns it over, entering the zone. Hayward over to Tan. And it'll be ice just as it ends the period. He'll see you in the second. And here we go, folks, for the second period. Of Rockets hockey. The score is 2-1 right now for the Rockets. And before the second period starts, just like to give a shout out to the Terrence in Kitimat right now for the U13 provincials for Golden. Hi Jamie, hi Lucille. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully the U13s can bring some hardware back too, from Kitimat. That one goes back over to the point. Snow with it behind. That's stolen by Schumann, but Jackson regains possession. It goes into the corner. Hayward's down there with the pinch. Patterson will try and wrap it around. Charlebois will pick it up. Here's Zachary Charlebois with it. He'll go back up to the point. Here's Hayward. He'll take a shot. That one's turned aside there by Norrens. He finds a puck there, and it was loose out in front there. And that could have been a third goal insurance marker for the Rockets. And face-off will be outside of the Dawson Creek end. And here's Desmarais who will send it into the zone. Matheson will pick it up. Gets checked there by Gray. Orink will skate it in. Maltez will pick it up. Bull gets checked down low. Here's Maltez with it. He'll cycle it back down low to Bull. That's poked away by Desmarais. Falbo will go back to Desmarais. He'll wrap it back around, and it's sent back into the zone. Here's Desmarais. He gets checked there. Gray dodges a check, and he'll send it all the way down, and it'll be icing on the play. Face off in the Golden end. That's one back. Sent back into the zone. Lafleur will go to race after it. Picks up the puck. He takes a chop at it. Tan tries to get through, but he stopped. Finally, it's found, and that was McLean who tried to take a shot. Snow has it in the corner. He'll try and send it out. That's stopped there by Taylor. Taylor will take a shot, and that one's stopped by Carter Anderson. And that one's found out in front, and that was Pope who couldn't pull the trigger there for the shot, as he was all alone in front of the slot. Lafleur has the puck, and he turns that one over. Sorensen will take a shot, and he gets hit there by Parker Jackson. And it'll be an ice on the Rockets. And the shot, that one was blocked and almost trickled into the net. That's kept in by Bull. And here's Desmarais, who tries to send it up to Snow. That one's intercepted and sent back in by Maltez. Russell with it. Goes back over to Desmarais. Russell will go up to Sheriff, and that hits his stick and will go into the glove of Anderson. And Russell will pick it up. He goes back to Desmarais. He's not there. That one tries to go out in front. Romanik has it. He goes back down low. Trying to pick back up. Goes back to the point. Here's home Romanik. And turns that puck over, and here's Broderick. Broderick will skate into the zone. Broderick has a chance. Rebounds there. Charlebois will pick it up. He takes a shot. Owen's turned away by Norrent. Jackson. Over to Charlebois. Charlebois goes over to Snow, and he can't hold the pass. And I'll go back into the golden end. And Burley lose the puck. Hayward will take it. He's behind the net. He goes up to Tatton. Tatton has it. He gets checked there by Patterson. Burley will pick it up. Here's Emma Burley with it. She'll shoot it back in. Schumann will send it in. Hayward will pick it up behind the net. Here's Hayward who will send it out. Schumann loses the puck, regains possession, and will send it back into the zone again. Anderson has it. He'll send it back into the corner. Pope. Check Sheriff. Lost it, and here's Burley with it. Burley will go over to Tan, who can hold the pass. And it will be icing on the play after multiple dump-ins by Dawson Creek. And that one hits the roof, I think, and face-off will be back into the Dawson Creek end. And that went off Broderick. Sorensen has it. He'll go up to Maltez. We'll send it up to Matheson. Matheson will take a shot. That one's high and wide. Sorensen will pick it up at the point. His shot's wide of the net. Warwick will take a shot. And Lilies will get it out of the zone, which will be ice on the Rockets. .30 to go in this period, and Rockets trying to end this Provincials on a high note, as They've played with heart and grit and tenacity this entire tournament. As Snow breaks into the zone. Rebounds there for Charlebois. He can put it home. Here's Schumann, who will skate up. He's checked there by Snow. He'll send it into the zone. And Anderson will cover that one up. Zachary Charlebois close to getting a couple goals there off the rebound. As Rockets trying to add an insurance marker to their lead after the last Dawson Creek goal. Here's Schumann. He loses at the blue. And here's Sheriff with it. Sheriff tried to send it over to Tatton. Sheriff got it again. Broderick with a shot. And that one goes into the corner. And Dawson Creek will send that all the way down, which will be a ice. Scrum in the corner there. Finally, Falbo brings it. Bowl lost in the corner to Gray. Gray brings it out. Shot there by Lilies. It's loose out in front. Finally, it's brought back out by Warnk. Warnk will take a shot. That one's high and wide. And oh man! Scrum there with Desmarais as Anderson's helmet's off. As I was following the puck there, and it looks like Warnk fell into Anderson, and Desmarais was sticking up for his goalie, and it looks like he won't get any penalty. So I don't know if the Rockets will get a power play. Yeah, and the face-off will be in the Dawson Creek end, so looks like there will not be any coincidental minors on the play. It'll be a 5-on-4 for the Rockets. So this power play has been pretty lethal, especially after yesterday's game versus Creston. Head coach Neil Schumann, I think, having a word with the ref about the call. And here's Broderick finds its way out to Tan. Tan goes over to Hayward. Hayward with a shot, and that one goes off the glove. And the net comes off again. Tan wins it back. Here's Jackson with it. Parker Jackson will go over to Tan. Tan will just send it into the corner. Hayward's there. Hayward will go over to Sheriff with the between the legs tip. That one's up the line, kept in by Jackson, but sent all the way down the ice. Here's Carter Anderson. He'll wrap it back around to Hayward. Hayward up to Sheriff. Sheriff will leave for Hayward over to Jackson. Jackson lost the puck and sent all the way down to the ice. Nearing halfway mark in this power play for the Rockets. Tan will skate up. And it'll be ice on the Rockets. With 52 seconds to go in the power play. And here's Charlebois with it. He'll go up to Desmarais. Desmarais up to Snow. Snow will try to cut through. Does. Falls down and Norrance will cover it up. Tan has the puck, he'll send it out in front to Broderick, and that was almost a close goal there. A set play. Here's Broderick with it. We'll go over to Hayward. Hayward will take a shot, now it's turned away by Norrance. Desmarais will send it down low to Sheriff, who lost the puck. That's kept in by Desmarais. Hayward will take a shot. Oh, that one almost trickled in off the defender. Hayward gets checked there by Patterson. Here's Sheriff. Sheriff with it. He'll go up to Broderick as it's even now. And oh no. Broderick. Slow to get up after that one. And he gets up very slow and gingerly. And looks like he's grabbing his rib there. And face-off will be outside. Snow will pick it up. Snow will take a shot, and that's gloved there by Norrance. And Broderick does look okay there on the bench. Hopefully he will be back out in a couple shifts or two. And Charlebois with a nice hit there on Sorensen. As Bull skated up. Here's a Bull with it. Bull try and split the D. Gets it. He'll take a shot and rebounds over Maltas with a shot. That one's blocked. As Snow will try and get through. He gets checked. And here's Gellings, who got checked there by Jackson, and he gets rocked twice there. And there's going to be a penalty. And oh, Jackson there with a soccer punch, and now there's going to be a brawl. Oh, man. And oh, man, there's Jackson. Oh, with a couple punches. Oh, man, Parker Jackson. Parker Jackson with the right hook there, right to the head. Oh man, that was amazing. After a couple hits on what was Gellings there, Corbin Gellings. And Gellings gave a little shot to Jackson, and then Jackson goes right up to Gillens and gives him a mean right hook right to the head. As we'll wait for the call. And it looks like it'll be a 4-on-4 right now. As there's one guy in the box for Golden, and now one for Dawson Creek now. As two guys were just let out of the box there. Oh, and they're getting sent off the ice now for Dawson Creek. It looks like Golden gets the power play now. So it'll be a 5-on-4 for Golden. For 2 minutes. And here's Tan with it. Tan will chip it up, and there's going to be a high stick. That one's one back. Desmarais with it. He'll go over to Hayward. Hayward dodges a check there. He'll go over to Desmarais, and here's Tan with it. He'll try and cut through. He loses the puck to Ingram. And here's Tan with it. Tan will try and get through the D-man. Tan has it out in front to Snow, and that's stopped there by Torrance. Or, pardon me, Norrens. Here's Sheriff with it. He'll go up to Tan. Tan has the puck. He'll send it up to Hayward. Hayward over to Russell. Russell back to Hayward, and fans on the pass. So he'll be sent back out. Here's Tan with it. Tan will skate into the zone. That one's blocked there. Another shot, and that's stopped by Norrens. Tan will go over to Hayward. Hayward with a shot that trickles into the corner. Sheriff with a nice move there. He gets checked there by Gellings, and that's sent all the way back out near the 20 seconds left in the penalty. Here's Hayward with it. Hayward will skate it in over to Lilies, and he fanned on the shot there. That goes out in front of Falbo, and no one could get the shot. Hayward picks it up again. Here's Jack Hayward with a shot that's stopped there by Bull, and that finds its way back out of the zone. Now here's Russell with it. He'll send it in, and Norrens will glove that one up, cover it up with 8.9 to go in the second. Tan with a nice hit there on Sorensen. Here's Patterson now. He turns it over. Tan has a puck. He'll take a shot that goes off the side of the net. And good to see Broderick back on the ice after that hit there. And little slash after that. Tan hit. As that one's sent back on net. As Anderson lets it go. Burley will send it out to Snow, and he gets checked there. And there's going to be a penalty on Schumann for a charge. Here's Russell with it. Russell will take a shot, and he gets knocked down there by Kappas. Charlebois can hold a pass as Gellin falls down. Won't be icing. Sorensen will pick it up, and that one's sent back down. Russell gloves it down. Lilies will take a shot, and that one turned away there by Norrens. That one goes out in front. And Falbo gets knocked down. And here's Tan. Tan will skate up with it. Tan will take a shot, and that's gloved up by Norrens. Nearing the 1 minute mark in the charging minor. 6:34 to go in the second. There's a shot there by Desmarais. Shot by Tan as it goes up in the air. As Tan falls down there. And here's Patterson with it. Patterson will send it back into the zone. Here's Sheriff. And Snow takes a check there. And Tan rocks Warnk there. As this game's getting more and more physical. Here's Sheriff with it. He'll take a shot and that hits a couple bodies out in front. Here's Hayward. He'll take a shot and that one hits the side of the net. And oh! Snow interfered there with Norrens. And that would be goalie interference. And it'll be a 4-on-4 for 10 seconds right now. Here's Sorensen who will send it into the corner. Hayward has it. Here's Jack Hayward. He'll send it out of the zone, and Rockets will have to put on their penalty killing hats now. Here's Bull who will try and skate. He loses the puck. As that one's sent back down the ice. Here's Kappas. He'll go up to Bull. Bull will skate in. Here's Bull. He'll try and cut in. He'll take a shot. And Anderson covers that one up. And now Broderick is heading off the ice and heading to the room. With 4:41 to go, and that is not what you want to get off to, as well. Broderick has been on that power play line with Tannen and Sheriff for a while. And it's loose out in front, still loose. No one's covered it. And finally we'll get a whistle. So the puck was just lying there. And Dawson Creek will set up the power play. That's sent back into the corner. Desmarais with a nice pin there. Patterson will pick it up. He loses it, and that one barely kept in. And Patterson has it. He'll take a shot. That's blocked there by Desmarais. McLean still has the puck. Tries to go back up to Patterson. Now McLean with it. McLean will try and walk in. That one was wired high in the net. Warnk with it. Warnk Back over to Patterson. Patterson with a shot, and that one's easily gloved up by Carter Anderson with exactly 1 second to go in the power play. And that one's sent all the way down the ice. Snow racing after it. Norrens fans on the pass there. And goes all the way back. Bull will now skate it up. He gets through Falbo. Bull has it across the red line and dump it into the zone. Carter Anderson will get out of his crease to play it. Falbo will try and get up to Snow. Snow to Charlebois. Charlebois gets checked. He'll go over to Russell. Russell will skate it in. As that one goes high and stays in the rink. Tad gloves it down. Dodges a couple checks. Loses it to Bull. Here's Snow with it. Waylon Snow. We'll cycle it back down low. Russell's there. We'll go to Tan. Tan fanned on the shot there. It's still loose out in front. Tan will take a shot, and that one was wide of the net. Here's Russell with it. Malcolm Russell will send it back down. Snow out in front of Tan, and that one's stopped there by Norrens. Another shot, and that one just squeaked past Norrens. As that one's sent all the way down the ice, which will be a icing with 2:23 to go. Jaden Norrens has been unbelievable right now for Dawson Creek. And here's LaFleur with it. He'll go back down low to Lilies. LaFleur misses the glove, and here's a possible 2-on-1, but Hayward sends it back into the zone. Romanek will go back up. He's pressured there by Charlebois and Gray. And now it's sent all the way back down, which will be another icing. That one's chipped all the way out. LaFleur missed on the fan, and Hayward's there. And here's Patterson with a shot. That one was wired high the net. Snow has it. He tries to get out, but that one's kept back in by Schumann. He wires it back down. Pope with it. Loses it to Hayward. Sent back in by Romanek. But it finds its way back out of the zone. Here's Schumann with it. Schumann will send it out to Patterson. Well, LaFleur knocks it away. Here's Sheriff with it. Here's Connor Sheriff. Still has the puck. Dodges a check from Patterson. Tries to send it back in and turns the puck over. Now Dawson Creek will skate it back into the zone. And Golden will now try and skate it up. Snow takes a hit there. Charlebois racing after it. Good forecheck there by Charlebois. He tries to swat it to the slot, but no one was there. Bull has the puck. Gets checked there by Falbo. And here's McLean with it. McLean gets checked by Burley. Falbo will poke it away. And here's Tan with it. Tan takes a check there. It's 1-on-1. And that shot was blocked. Burley will take a shot. And that one's turned away by Norrens. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Gray knocks it away. Desmarais will just take it, and now there's going to be a scrum to end the period. Oh, and now Gray's going at it. Now McLean is. Oh, man. Oh, man, and Desmarais throws him down. He's taking on 3 guys. Oh, man. As I will see you in the third. Well, here's the third and final period. Golden Rockets hockey. And here's Charlebois. He'll send it out of the zone, and it'll be a 5-on-4 for Dawson Creek right now. For a double minor. And here's Patterson with it. We'll send it up the middle. Here's Bull. Bull will take a shot now and is high and wide, and will exit the zone. And Allen will be sent back out of the zone. Here's Schumann with it. Schumann will send it in, won't be icing. Patterson racing after it. Here's Bull. Want to send back out. Snow can get after it. That's sent in by Warwick over to Patterson. Patterson with it. Bull will try and cut through the middle, and that's poked away by Burley and sent out of the zone. And here's Bull. Pardon me. Bull will take a shot off the post. There on Anderson. I don't think he saw that one. Warwick will take a shot. Allen is gloved up by Anderson. And don't note the pauses right now. Why is everything paused? Oh. And here we go, face off in the golden end. Here's Taylor with it. Taylor at the blue line, gets through both, still has the puck, takes a shot. That one stopped there by Anderson, sent out in front, and Sorensen will go back to get it. Here's Sorensen who will chip it out. LaFleur will get it and send it back out of the zone. And there's going to be a penalty on the Rockets now again. It's going to be a 5-on-3, and they score! And Dawson Creek has tied it up. Isaiah Taylor with the goal on Carter Anderson. And they go over to the box too, to roll half the bench also. And oh my god, that's horrible. And so the Rockets still will get the delayed penalty, but the one guy gets to come out, and the tripping minor will still happen. So the Rockets will have to kill another penalty. And it looks like Waylon Snow will get the tripping minor, and it'll be a 5-on-4. And now the Rockets cannot be taking any of these games for granted, and it is now 2-2. As this Dawson Creek team right now is 1-3. Pardon me, they are 1-2-1 with one shootout loss coming against Squamish and one win against Kamloops. And finally we'll get to play some hockey now, as I don't know what the delay is right now. And finally, we'll actually get to play now. As here's Bull with it. And Bull will skate into the zone. Bull gets through Burley with a nice spin move. Bull will skate into the zone. Still has the puck. He'll go over to Patterson. Patterson across the ice over to his other winger. Patterson will go back up to Bull. Bull will poke it back down to Patterson. Up. Shot is blocked. That one goes right in front to Burley, and she swats that away. Here's Bull with it. Gets through. Shot there by Schumann, and that one's blocked there by Hayward. And now Dawson Creek will go back out. Here's Bull with it. He'll turn around. He'll go over to Warnk. Over to Bull. Bull back down low to Warnk. Warnk tried to center it out in front, and that one's sent back out by Zachary Charlebois. 45 seconds to go in the Waylon Snow minor. As here comes Dawson Creek up. That's Schumann with it. Schumann behind the net. He'll look at his options. He'll go over to Warnk. And that one's sent up and back down into play. Two tie game right now, as 15:47 to go. Last period of hockey for some of these boys on the U18 Rockets, and they're gonna try and play their heart outs to get this win here. There's a shot there by Sorensen, stopped there by Carter Anderson. As Hughes Parker Jackson with it, he'll rim it around, and it's kept in. LaFleur will try and send it out. He'll get the puck back again, and he'll send that one all the way down the ice, and Snow will get back out, and now we'll have some even strength hockey again. Nice move by Sorensen on Snow behind the net. Here's Ingram. He gets checked there by Jackson, as it won't be icing, as the touch by Schumann. Schumann will skate it up, and he gets checked there by Jackson. Shot there, and that one's easily gloved up by Anderson off the shot of Ingram. Patterson wins it back. It's shot and turned away by Anderson. Sorensen used the puck. And here's Pope with it. Hayward has it. He'll send it up to Lilies, and it'll be an ice on the Rockets. As it's a good hit there by Parker Jackson. Maltez has it. That's sent out in front to Bull, and a good save there by Carter Anderson. As a close opportunity there for Dawson Creek to score. And oh, Anderson. And here's Bull with it. Bull gets through a check, takes a shot, and that's gloved up by Carter Anderson. Charlebois wins that one. LaFleur will send it all over to Snow. Snow will send up to Charlebois. It's in his feet. Charlebois will take a shot, and that one's blocked out in front. Dodgers just check there from Maltez. Snow has it. We'll send it back down low. Russell missed the pass, and there's a chance for Waylon Snow. He'll take a shot. That one's misgloved, and rebounds there. No one could bang it home. And oh, a big hit there on Bull. There's Matheson up to Maltez. Maltez gets through a couple people, but Snow pokes it away. Sorensen misses a check. And here's Sorensen with it. And there's going to be a penalty now on Sorensen for the extra headshot. And Parker Jackson's also going to the box. And here's Hayward with it. Patterson will pick it up at the point. And here's Snow. Snow will skate up with it. He'll try and get past the D-man. He does, has it in the corner. Gets tripped up. And Dawson Creek will skate out with it. Charlebois will skate it back in. Patterson will pick it up. Hayward with it. Will make a move. Will take a shot. Rebounds loose. And it's finally gloved up by Jaden Norrens. $11:57 to go in the period. And it is 5-on-5 right now. After both those coincidentals by Parker Jackson and Soren Sorensen. And here's Russell with it. And Gray gets rocked there. Here's Russell. He'll take a shot, and that one's gloved up by Norrens. That one's sent down the ice. Here's Carter Anderson with it. He'll send it up to Charlebois. He missed the pass. And that one's sent all the way down. Anderson will kind of send it to Burley. Burley will send it up to Snow. Snow missed the pass there. Burley will spin and send it to LaFleur. He can't hold the pass. Here's Bull. Dodged a check from Burley. Takes one from LaFleur. Here's Bull with it. Still has the puck. Still has it. And he's in the corner. Took 3 rockets to get him off the puck. Finally pops out in front. LaFleur has it. Goes up to Charlebois. Charlebois to Snow. Snow will skate up with it. Snow gets hit there by Warren. And here's Hayward with it. Hayward will skate up. He'll take a shot. That one's kicked away by Norrens. Here's Hayward out in front of Lilies. Lilies down low to Hayward. Couldn't find the pass. Romanek lost it. Charlebois keeps it in. We'll send it down to Russell. He gets checked. And Charlebois' pass went off Maltese. Here's Charlebois. Nice move there on Maltese. And here's Schumann with it, who will send it in. Hayward will go up to Russell. And Gray with a nice hit there on Kappas. 9:41 to go in the period. Here's Boyd. That's a shot. It goes off the crossbar there. Went off the top of the net, actually. Here's Snow with it. Snow gets checked almost into the bench. His stick flies away. And here's Hayward with it. Hayward makes a move on Boyd. Now it's sent out by Falbo, and which will be icing with 9:04 to go in the period. Still multiple Rockets in the box. One back, shot there by Schumann, and that's gloved up by Carter Anderson. Here's Matheson. He'll go down low. Charlebois will pick it up. He'll go up to Lafleur. Lafleur over to Snow. Snow can hold the pass. It's chipped in. Hayward with it. Hayward will go up to Charlebois. He can hold the pass, and it's sent back into the zone. Hayward with a nice hit. Sent up. Schumann will skate it in. Blocked by Snow, and here's a chance. He's got some speed. He's going up the wall, and he reverses Schumann there. Romanek will go up to Matheson. Matheson gets through two. Still has the puck. He'll go up to the point. Taylor will send it back down low. Romanek. They go out in front. Shot, and Matheson fanned on it there. And it's sent all the way down the ice for an icing. And now we'll get one out of the box. Parker Jackson. Here's Burley with it. Bull will go back into the neutral zone. Fans on a pass there, and now here's Emma Burley with it. Sorensen gets through Burley's check. And here's Bull with it. Bull will send it up. Shot there by Poe. That's wide of the net. And that one's sent on net, and that's gloved. Hayward will send it to Snow, who will chip it. Snow tried to chip it out to Lilies, and now we'll go up and out of play. 7:08 to go in the period. And here's Snow. We'll send up to LaFleur, who missed the pass. Hayward will go up to Snow. Eats a check there. Schumann will get past Hayward. Here goes Schumann with it. Can't get past all three. Kappas with it. Charlebois will dodge a check there. Snow racing after it. Romanek turns over the puck, and that one pops right out in front. Charlebois has it. Still has the puck. Here's Charlebois, and that one hits the side of the net. Falbo gets hit up high, and there's going to be a penalty for head contact. And that one's sent down the ice by Dawson Creek. Here's Anderson with it. He'll go up to Hayward. Hayward will skate through. We'll go over to Jackson. Parker Jackson with it. He'll go around the net and go out in front, but that's stolen by Sorensen. Here's Sorensen. He'll get through Hayward. He'll get through Russell. He'll take a shot, and here's Hayward, who will send it out. And won't be icing. And Dawson Creek will send it all the way down. And they'll cover it. And now only 10 will stay in the box now with 5:20 to go. Here's Desmarais with it. Desmarais will fan on it. Bull with it. Gets around LaFleur. Maltez will go back to his D-man. Gellings takes a hit. Snow. Pardon me, that's Sheriff. Sheriff will try and send one towards the net. Desmarais will keep it in. Here's Caden Desmarais. He'll go over to Sheriff, back to Desmarais. Over to LaFleur. LaFleur will take a shot, and that one's blocked. Here's Charlebois. Charlebois over to Sheriff, and that one's stopped by Norrance with 4:26 to go and 18 seconds left in the minor. And that one's stuffed out in front, and Desmarais can keep it in. We'll go over to Gray. Gray. Back over to LaFleur. LaFleur with it. Over to Jackson, and he gets checked up high. That one will be sent back out. Hayward will make a move in the corner. He'll go up to Sheriff, back over to Charlebois. Charlebois with it. Charlebois will take a shot, and that one was wide. Snow. Back over to Sheriff. Charlebois back up to Hayward. Hayward will take a shot. It's loose out in front. And Snow gets checked there by Patterson. Just as we hit the 3:30 mark in the period. In the corner. Hayward sent it towards the middle, and Desmarais can hold it as Taylor pick it up in the corner. He's pinned there by Hayward, and here's Charlebois who will skate it out. Zachary Charlebois will skate it through, falls down. Sticks lifted there by Sheriff. Charlebois keeps it in. He'll go across to Desmarais. Desmarais will take a shot. It's blocked. Goes through Charlebois' skates, and it finds its way out of the zone. .2:30 to go in the period, and 25 seconds to go in the minor. Desmarais with it. He'll send up to Sheriff. Sheriff will get through Sorensen's check. And it's sent back out by Maltese. Russell will send it back into the zone. And here's Hayward with it. Jack Hayward will send one in. Norrance will let it go. Here's Hayward. Makes a move. Sends it down low. Bull will pick it up. And here's Malcolm Russell with it. He'll take a shot. That one was wired high. And here's a chance. Maltese can hold the pass. Russell lost the puck. Here's Hunter Bull with it. Bull will make a move in the corner. Makes another move. Bull up to Maltese. He'll take a shot. It's loose out in front. Hayward will take it. And it's sent back up, and it will be a high stick and a penalty on the Rockets. And with 1:11 to go in the period, the Rockets are going to have to kill. But now they have Josh Tatton back, so... Timeout, Dawson Creek. face-off is outside the Rockets' end, so Dawson Creek has a minute 11 to work on this power play, even though it is a 2-minute power play with only a minute left to go in the game. As here's Patterson with it. He gets checked there by Desmarais. Tadden in the corner. Finally, Bull brings it out. Hunter Bull with it. We'll send over Warnk. Bull has it. He'll bring it out in front, and that one was just wired wide. Warnk with it. We'll send it over to Patterson. Patterson with it up to Schumann. Back to Patterson. Over to Bull. Here's Bull with it. He'll take a shot. And that one goes into the corner. 20 seconds to go. Here's Schumann with it. Over to Patterson. Patterson up, and Tadden will send it out of the zone. And that should end the game in regulation, as there's 2 seconds to go. They'll send one more shot, and 0.4 seconds will .4 seconds to go, and this game will go to a shootout. And the Rockets' final game will end up going to a shootout. And the Rockets have clinched third place no matter if they lose this game, so congratulations to them. And Parker Jackson will begin the first shot. And here goes Parker Jackson. And that's turned away by Norrance. And next up we have Hunter Patterson. Here goes Patterson, a captain of this team, who'll skate up. And that's stopped there by Carter Anderson. And next up, Captain Josh Tadden. Here goes Tan with it. Going up the wall. Tan. Oh, and tried to one-hand tuck it and couldn't. And here's another one, Hunter Bull. Here's Hunter Bull with it. Skates in. Hunter Bull. Nice move, and he scores! And now it's Carter Sheriff. Their only hope to win the game. Here he goes, Connor Sheriff. Coming in. And he fans on it, and Dawson Creek with a major upset on Golden, and they win the game. Jaden Lawrence with an unbelievable goaltending performance. And Golden ends up losing this game. But an unbelievable performance. That entire Dawson Creek team, they played unbelievable defensively and cashed in on their offensive opportunities. And with all the help from the man in the pipes, Jaden Lawrence. And that will end the game. But a great provincial performance by this entire Rockets team.